December in Anambra is always a festive season, a time for celebration when the streets come alive with laughter, vibrant colors, and the irresistible aroma of jollof rice wafting from every corner. It was the same in 2023, but for Obiora Okeke, this December was destined to be unlike any other. Obiora had spent the last 15 years in a cold gray cell in Pennsylvania, USA, wrongly convicted of a crime he didn't commit. He had been sentenced to life imprisonment for armed robbery and murder. He had left Nigeria in 2003 with dreams of making it big in America. But his aspirations were cruelly cut short when he was framed during a police raid at a convenience store. It took a relentless human rights lawyer and a series of DNA tests to uncover the truth and secure his release in October 2023. Alongside his freedom came a hefty $5 million compensation for the years lost. He swiftly made plans to return home to Nnewi in Anambra State, Nigeria. When Obiora's plane touched down at Akanibiam International Airport in Enugu, his heart was heavy with anticipation and trepidation. He hadn't seen his family or friends in over 2 decades. He wondered if they had changed as much as he had. Despite the years, the memories of his village, Nnewi, remained vivid. The dusty roads, the laughter of children playing under the mango trees, and the clinking sounds of palm wine cups during evening gatherings. Obiora had planned his return meticulously. He arrived in a convoy of sleek SUVs, a stark contrast to the struggling young man who had left all those years ago. His newfound wealth allowed him to purchase gifts for everyone in the village. From bags of rice to words of cash, it was his way of reconnecting and sharing his blessings. The villagers welcomed him with open arms, chanting his name and singing praises. His mother, Mama Adobe, couldn't stop crying, her frail arms wrapped tightly around her son, as if to make up for all the years she had missed. His childhood friends, Emeka, Chike, and Nonso, were there too, their smiles wide and voices loud as they celebrated his homecoming. Little did Obiora know their grins concealed darker intentions. The first few weeks were magical. Obiora's generosity knew no bounds. He funded school fees, donated to the church, and even started plans to build a community health center. But on Christmas Eve, tragedy struck. As Obiora drove from a late-night meeting with village elders, his convoy was ambushed on a deserted stretch of road. Armed men in masks emerged from the shadows, firing shots into the air and forcing the vehicles to a halt. Obiora's security detail was overwhelmed, and within minutes, he was dragged into a waiting van and whisked away into the darkness. News of his kidnapping spread like wildfire. The festive mood in Nnewi turned to one of fear and sorrow. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of 200 million, an astronomical sum. Despite the trauma, Mama Adobe and the villagers scrambled to gather what they could. Obiora himself, still shaking but pragmatic, negotiated with his captors and eventually paid the ransom, wiring the money through one of his offshore accounts. Obiora was released on New Year's Day, disheveled but alive. He returned home to a hero's welcome, but the spirit was heavy. During his captivity, he had overheard a conversation that he would change everything. 2 of the kidnappers mentioned their names he recognized. Emeka and Chike, his childhood friends, had orchestrated the entire ordeal. At first, Obiora couldn't believe it. These were the same boys he had played football with in the village. the ones who had shared his dreams and struggles. The betrayal cut deep than any wound. Obiora's first instinct was to retaliate. With his wealth and connections, he could ensure that Emeka and Chike paid for their treachery. But as he sat in his room staring at a photo of his late father, he remembered the values he had been taught: kindness, forgiveness, and the importance of rising above pettiness. Instead of seeking vengeance, Obiora confronted Emeka and Chike in private. They denied everything at first, but under his piercing gaze, their facade crumbled. They confessed, tears streaming down their faces as they spoke of envy and desperation. Emeka's business has failed, leaving him drowning in debt, while Chike's wife was battling a chronic illness he couldn't afford to treat. Obiora's heart softened. Though he was hurt and angry, he couldn't ignore their plight. "I'll help you," he said finally, his voice steady, "but only if you promise me one thing: never let envy cloud your judgment again." True to his word, Obiora helped Emeka rebuild his business and paid for Chike's wife's medical treatment. His decision baffled the villagers, many of whom believed he was too lenient. But Obiora saw it differently. "If we keep destroying each other, who will build our community?" he asked. As the weeks passed, the story of Obiora's forgiveness spread far and wide. It became a lesson in resilience and grace, a tale that would be told for generations. By the time the next dirty December rolled around, Nnewi had undergone a transformation. The health center Obiora had envisioned had completed, and a new spirit of unity and collaboration permeated the village. Obiora's experience became a catalyst for change. He started a foundation aimed at combating poverty and promoting education in Anambra. His story inspired others to let go of grudges and focus on building a brighter future. By 2024 December, Dirty December became more than just a slogan for festivities. It symbolized renewal, resilience, and the power of forgiveness. And for Obiora, it marked the beginning of a new chapter, one where his wealth was measured, not in money, but in the lives he touched and the legacy he left behind. This is Tale by Nene. Kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you. Bye.